and welcome to the January edition of Feeding Our Faith. Today with me I've got Palmer Moynihan and Clement Ricks, who are going to be here helping me to not only talk about the history of Holy Family, since we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of Holy Family Catholic Church and School, but then also to introduce us to Palmer's almost famous meatloaf. Now, Palmer, I know this is a recipe you've been working on for a while, and
I've worked for this recipe for all my life. I've been practicing this recipe, and it starts off with 2 pounds of meat. Make sure that little paper isn't in there. We don't want that in there. And if you'll beat up these crackers, we're going to do 4 of these things of Worcestershire. Keep beating them up, Clement. 3 and 4. If you'll do crack those eggs and beat them up like scrambled eggs.
Sure thing.
I'm going to take this half a teaspoon and get some pepper. We need a half a teaspoon of pepper. We need salt. Oh, got a little too much. Then we need cheese in here. It says 2 cups, but this is 1 3/4 cups, 1 package. So
what kind of cheese is that, Palmer?
That's extra sharp cheddar cheese. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to get the spray so this doesn't stick all over everything.
Okay.
And very important, our Hunt's meatloaf tomato sauce. We're going to pour in about 3/4 of that and leave the rest of it for later. We're going to need that. Oh, those are all beat up. You can put that in. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to mix this up. So here we go. Help me, Clement.
Now, I believe, is Clement your #1 fan of your meatloaf?
He seems to enjoy it every month that I've made this. I made it once for your birthday, remember? On your birthday.
Oh, yes.
I made it and sent an extra one home with you.
Not a bad birthday.
Yeah, he always seems to like it.
Now, we're going to be talking this January the 29th at Feeding Our Faith about the history of Holy Family. Now, Holy Family Church and School have been around for a long time. Now, Palmer, you and Linda have been members ever since y'all been married.
1969. Okay. August 2nd is when we got married, of 1969. Monsignor Wolf married us 47 years ago.
Nice. And Clement, how many years? Since 1969 for you, or how many years have you been in Holy Family?
I don't know.
Okay.
Your whole life, probably.
But then now, Clement, you also go to our school, right? Clement's been also in Holy Family Catholic School, which we celebrated the 70th anniversary of the school this last year. And so we have the 75th anniversary of the church this year.
Here we go into the loaf pan. It's a meatloaf pan, and you want to press it down in there pretty good. And come around to all the edges. Make a little trough around the edge. The reason for that is if there's any grease that comes out of this meat, well, it'll come around the edges, and then you can pour it off really easily.
Okay.
So there we have it. And now we put it in a 400-degree oven.
Okay. Right down here.
Yep. And through the miracle of television, we have this one to show, which we've just been cooking. And that's how they come out. Looks pretty good, doesn't it, Clement? Alrighty.
Looks great.
Just to clarify, when you cook the meatloaf for 1 hour in the 400-degree oven, then you take the extra sauce that we had left over and you pour it on the top. Make it go nice and smooth with a fork or something, and then put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Then let it rest 10 minutes after that so that it's ready to serve.
So a reminder, on January the 29th, we will have our next edition of Feeding Our Faith, in which we will be talking about the history of Holy Family. And I imagine Palmer's almost famous meatloaf will probably be there.
That's right.
And I don't know, Clement, do you think you'll come?
Yes.
All right, well, good. Well, we hope to see y'all too on January the 29th.